Wilder, knocking him down twice. Wilder's corner, ultimately throwing in the towel in the 7th round as Fury retained his lineal heavyweight crown and claimed the WBC title on a night where, in a moment you'll never forget, he actually licked the blood off of Deontay Wilder's neck. And so let's get to the bottom of what happened that night. The great Teddy Atlas is here, and Teddy, I want to jump right in. You were wrong. I will get to why in a moment, but let's just start quickly. Deontay was upset after the fight that his corner threw in the towel. Did you have an issue with them throwing it in?
No, he did the right thing. And it was done by the right person. Yeah, he was the assistant trainer, but it's Mark Breland, who was a fighter, a former world champion, one of the greatest amateurs we've ever had in this country, and a former welterweight champion. He knows what's right and wrong in that situation. He knows what can happen better than anybody else. He did the compassionate thing. He did the right thing. You know, this talk about going out on your shield. Yeah, a fighter wants to go out on his shield. A fighter wants to behave like a fighter, wants to be a warrior. But it's up to the other people to protect him from himself.
Correct.
To look out for him. He was protecting him from himself. Mark Breland, you know what? This is a powerful word, but he's a hero. Because one more punch can make a difference. It could be the end of a guy. And he was gone. He was physically gone. So he did the right thing.
Okay, good. I'm very glad to hear you say that. So now let's get to the other piece of this. You and many others felt pretty confident that Wilder was going to win the fight on Saturday night. Why didn't it happen?
It didn't happen. I'll deal with the physical component and the mental component.
Yes.
The physical component, the technical component is there's two ways to deal with a puncher. Let's not forget, Wilder's still a puncher. But he's also what I've said since he turned pro. He doesn't know how to fight. But he's got that great eraser. It's always there for him. It wasn't there this night. How do you take that away? How do you defuse the bomb? Two ways. The first way he did it by moving, using your legs. That's his greatest physical asset. But he still got caught. So this time there's a second way to do it. Back up the puncher. Keep him both ways. You try to do one thing. Keep him off balance, not let him be set. So you either keep him off balance by giving angles, and he got caught doing it, but he got a draw, and it was a great performance. Or you can do it by backing him up on his back leg where he's not set to punch. He decided to do it that way. And along with it, he got a bonus, the mental part. He bullied a bully. Because punchers are inherently bullies. Because they have that great gift, that great power, and they hit you, you're gone. You don't argue back. They get their way.
Yeah.
And when you get your way in life all the time, and somebody doesn't let you get your way, guess what? You got a problem with it. He had a problem. Physically and mentally, Fury was a genius. Yeah, I said it. He was a genius. The guy who acts like a maniac and licks blood, he was a genius.
It was a brilliant night, a brilliant performance. What does it mean for him? What is Tyson Fury in the world of boxing right now?
He's the king. You saw the throne, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he picked the right
He's the number one guy in the industry.
He picked the right prop.
The number one guy.
And he's a very rich guy. See if you can get along.
He's got the money. Is he, like, we're looking for someone to build a sport around. And this fight, obviously, I think went a long way towards helping that. Is Tyson Fury now the guy in the entire the world of boxing that we build this whole thing around?
Yeah, right now he is. I mean, people go a little nuts when I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I don't care.
Yeah.
He's Muhammad Ali. Nobody's Muhammad Ali. Nobody's Muhammad Ali.
Right.
But he's the closest thing because he brings the entertainment. He brings attention to the sport the way the great one, the greatest, Muhammad Ali did. You know, he's not as skillful. He's not as great. I get it. But he is what the sport needs right now. He is that shot of adrenaline. He is that attention maker. He is that spotlight in the air when you open up a restaurant and you look and you see a spotlight and you follow it. What am I following it for? I want to see what the fig's there. You're following it because you want to see what the hell's there.
And let me ask you this to wrap it up. What is the fight the world wants to see now? For those who don't follow this closely, they get excited and invested when there's a big fight.
Listen, I know the people, and I understand the business part. The people attached to Wilder and the people with ESPN, to a certain extent, maybe, or maybe not, but they're in the driver's seat right now. Now, I know Wilder has a rematch clause, and they're going to enact it, apparently.
Yeah.
So they're going to want that. They're going to say the trilogy. The biggest fight, baby, is Joshua. over in London, over across the pond. All you need to know is what I'm about to finish by saying is Wembley Stadium. Joshua put 90,000 people into Wembley Stadium fighting the doorman at the King's Arms restaurant. That's all you need to know. Can you imagine what's going to happen if he fights Fury now? You're going to need a bigger boat.
and these will happen. These fights will take place in the next, call it 2 years.
I mean,
we'll see those fights.
That's the money. That's the fight that everyone's going to bark for. That's the fight that they're going to try to make. They're going to have to get around that rematch clause.
Yep. I hope it happens. In the same way that Mayweather-Pacquiao, I think, let a lot of people down, this one, I think, lived up in a lot of ways. You're the best, Teddy. Thanks a million. Wonderful to see you. Meanwhile, speaking of heavyweight fights, how about the Lakers and the Celtics yesterday? Lakers at home, 11-time champ Bill Russell there honoring Kobe with the jersey and the hat. And this one was a night that belonged to Jayson Tatum. Sean Farnham, how good was he?
He was sensational. Only had 1 point in the first quarter. Watch him on Anthony Davis. AD comes out one of the best defensive players in the NBA. He's patient, he finds his gap, and he's able to knock down the shot. He went 4 of 6 when AD was on him for 14 points.
Tatum had 18 in the second quarter. Third quarter now, the Celtics are up by 4, and it's Tatum again. He had 18 in the third as well.
He was unstoppable, 41 points, the youngest player to do it in this rivalry wearing a Celtics uniform.
But hold everything because LeBron's throwing it up and Davis is throwing it down. He would score 32. We're tied going to the fourth. Good game. Celtics down 2. 3 minutes to go. Tatum finding a way inside. Oh, look at the footwork.
Yeah, it was hard for him in the fourth quarter because the Lakers made some good defensive adjustments, but that time he got singled up and was able to attack.
Here we go, 37 seconds left. Lakers down 1. Where are you going for a bucket? LeBron? Oh, it's the dream shake.
Oh, he's got it. I mean, he's just so fluid. Watch the step back. That's a difficult shot that he made look really, really easy.
So the Lakers take a 1-point lead. Now a controversial ending to this game. We got 20 seconds left. Celtics still down by that 1 point. Brown going to try and get the ball inbound, or get it over, to Tatum, but the ball is going to go out of bounds. Lakers get possession. Tatum wanted a foul call here, doesn't get it. Should he have gotten it?
I don't think he should have gotten the foul there. I think that's a 50-50 ball. It's a loose ball. They're both going for it. Brad Stevens got upset and he said, golly gee, and then he got a technical.
That's his first technical of the year. 4 seconds to go. Celtics down by 2. Tatum, hold everything. They call an offensive foul on Tatum right here.
Yeah, I didn't like the offensive foul on that play, to be honest with you, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. The shot didn't get off before the horn sounded.
LeBron, 29 points, 8 boards, 9 assists. Lakers win 114-112 in a good one. I want to start by talking about Jayson Tatum. This is a kid who 2 years ago was a rookie, looked like he was like a trajectory to being a superstar. Sort of a step back a year ago. What is he right now at the age of 21?
He is a superstar in the making. Listen, Jayson Tatum overnight went from an all-star to possibly in the MVP conversation. When you watch Jayson Tatum before the All-Star break, he killed the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard, flat out outplayed them. And then you watched him last night, he was putting on a clinic all across the board, giving them, he was in his suitcase, not his bag, Granny. He was in his suitcase. And when you look at Jayson Tatum, I wouldn't be surprised if this kid wouldn't be a Celtic for life.
Okay, so he looks terrific, and the Celtics, I've been saying all along, in my opinion, are the biggest threat to Milwaukee to wind up coming out of the Eastern Conference into the NBA Finals, where maybe they will find LeBron and the Lakers. LeBron and AD together, what are we seeing right now?
The best duo in basketball. But I think LeBron really down the stretch of this game, we always get amazement as post-game press conferences say, LeBron, what happened? And he goes second by second in the game and can recap every single thing. He used that to his advantage in the game, in the game-winning shot yesterday afternoon. Because you think about 7 minutes left to go. Look at his positioning on the floor. He drop steps baseline. It's contested. Great defense by Jaylen Brown, who really did a good job bodying him up. Same situation, same location on the floor. Now 31 seconds left to go in the game. Down 1. You fake going to that baseline. You spin back the other way. You create that space. You create the opportunity to shoot and finish. That's LeBron James thinking his way through the game as much as he does playing it.
What are LeBron and AD together right now, Perk?
LeBron James and Anthony Davis is the best duo since Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm telling you, they are unstoppable. Those two guys are dangerous. You hear all this noise talking about, oh, yeah, the Los Angeles Clippers, they got dogs. Well, I tell you what, the Lakers don't need dogs because they got a line in LeBron James. They got a tiger in Anthony Davis. They got a bear in Dwight Howard, and they got a few hyenas over there on the bench. So
You're high on Howard. You were telling us in the meeting, you are very high on the role that Howard can play in this thing going
Absolutely.
forward.
Listen, and all due respect to JaVale McGee because he's playing his part, but if Dwight Howard was starting right now, he would be a walking double-double. I mean, he has come in, and listen, it was low risk for high reward, and he's been a high reward. Came in on a non-guaranteed contract, proved that he still got a lot left in the tank, has been sensational for them, especially on the defensive end.
I feel like you've already answered the question, but Lakers or Clippers coming out of the West, who do you like?
Hey, listen, I'm not about to bet my hard-earned ESPN money against King James. I tell you this.
Agree or disagree?
I will go with the Clippers.
Okay.
I don't
He'll
have.
bet your money.
By the way, I don't have his hard-earned money, so I can say pretty much whatever I want.
Meantime, in what will be a very different sort of day today at the Staples Center, I want to show you a live look at the crowds that are beginning to gather outside that building today for Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant's memorial. I hear the loud sigh from Kendrick Perkins here. It's going to be quite an emotional day, and we will have coverage of the celebration of life of Kobe and Gianna and all of those lost in the helicopter crash at the end of January. It will begin on the Noon Sports Center with the program scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be airing it live for you right here on ESPN. As we continue on Get Up this morning, the Zion Williamson train just keeps rolling along. We'll tell you why there are no signs of it slowing anytime soon. That's next. Get Up on ESPN.